Oh boy! Welcome back, everybody, to another Discord and Draw, or what are we calling it? Drawing and discussion. The D&D Drawcast. I think the D&D Drawcast is a good way to go. The D&D could stand for anything. Drawing, discussion, Discord, and drawing. Who knows? Who knows? It's been a weird week. We are on the home stretch here. I sat down and did some more doodling, did some more sketching, and I'm really close, but there's a couple things I want to edit today. Andreas, welcome. No Bones Jones, welcome. I'm glad you both made it. I'm going to edit the hair, the face, clean up the boots a little bit, probably edit the loincloth area, and I think we're going to be done with the line work today. I might even get the coloring done. Crazy H.R. Johns. Is that what I said? Yeah, H.R. Johns. How's that? Very nice. Boy, you need some bones. Welcome, Sire. Welcome back to the stream. I've done something very strange with my... There we go. I somehow locked it. That was interesting. I got all these little dips and dobs, too. I got to clean up a whole bunch of stuff. But we're in a good spot. We're in a good spot to clean some stuff up. Get some work done. I need to move my monitor so I can read stuff. We are slowly making this function. Slowly making it work. We're getting there. Let me know if the sound's all right. How many layers I got going? Oh, that's a good question. Let's take a look. One. I got one layer so far. We'll get there eventually. Got some leather boots. Got some leather pants. Just got to clean everything up and make it look sexy. I might even want to make these a little thinner. So I got some chunky legs going on, which that's not bad. It's all right. You can always forget words. I always forget words all the time. I DM'd a game this weekend, and I basically just flubbed my way through Rise of the Rune Lords. It was interesting. It was fun. It was a lot of fun, but could not find words. Welcome, Ember. I'm glad you made it. It's actually really cool seeing everybody show up every week. I'm new to streaming. Been doing VODs for a while, so thank you all for coming and joining me. It's great. I was not expecting such a large audience, and I'm happily surprised by it. So, cut that down. There's a lot going on here. So I have some issues that I need to look at that I'm not happy with, and what I'm going to do is basically right now the head is too oblonged. It's like right now I got a real big circle, and I want that to be more of a curve. I'm going to edit that. The back is a little too slanty, but I really think that might just be like shifting the legs over. I think is going to fix that a little bit. And then this is it's kind of bland compared to everything else, so I'm gonna edit those. Bri, welcome back to the live stream. How do you work on just one layer? I just hit 500. Well, I'm only doing the line art right now, so I only need the one layer. Andres, I'd love to see your work like as it goes sometimes. I think that would be pretty fun. That might be something we have to do on the stream sometime, or just have you post process pics as you're working. I think I want this to slope a little more. I want that to slope a little better. And that'll need to be a little more curved instead of so sharp. But that's how the art goes. It's all about looking at what you got, editing things. And so the way I'm going to start editing this today is I think I'm just going to kill this whole bibbin bobbin thing. So I'm not really happy with it. I still definitely want some kind of drapery there. But not happy with that one. And then I'm just going to cut out this whole area. I'm going to leave the bag, leave the... I can probably cut all the way to this and then come down. Did I just open VLC? Get out of here. Get out of here. You could draw at least on a decent level 1. Crazy HR Jones, is practice. And if you want to learn how to practice, or you have questions, or you want to try to start drawing, you know, we have a great community on the Discord to do such a thing. Drawing is a skill that can be learned, and it just takes a lot of, I don't want to say just it takes a lot of practice, because it does take a lot of the right practice. It takes a lot of time to master, but you can pick it up pretty quick, or at least a basic level of it. Yeah, it's basically just, Andreas says that it's crazy, just figuring out what works for you, and that's really all it is. I think that looks a lot better. I think that line matches up with his hips a lot more, and then with the front of his body, that leg is going to be a lot better off right there. I'm going to turn off my layers since I'm only working on the one. And then this can actually drape a little more lightly, I think, is the way to do it. Might even be something that we put another level of another level of layer, another layer of leather right here. And I think that'll actually look pretty good. So we'll do that. Put some more. Yeah, that looks good. Pretty happy with that. And we can have that just copy this whole leathery aesthetic from the top. Put some stitches in it. I don't think I need that line. I think I could probably get some interesting stitching patterns here. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. And then we can continue this. Have this be, I don't want it to be tattered, because he's supposed to be a little more dapper than normal. Get more like a, I really need to figure out what word that is. It's not tabard, it's scapula? Someone look that up. Just wanted to drop by and say hi and ask a question. I recently started watching your content and have been binging it during lunch breaks at work. But were you injured by Plague of Gripes? But were you inspired by Plague of Gripes? Because I've noticed you should play race videos are similar to his videos. What is Plague of Gripes? I need to look that up. Is it play race videos are similar? I'm gonna look that up, right now. Dragon Ball Gripes? No, I have no idea who this is. This is awesome. This is new content for me to watch. I think you was Scapula. Thank you, Crazy HR. Wasn't tabard? Yeah, tabards are like full body armor covers, I believe. But yeah. Notice should you play race videos so much as videos? I'm gonna check out his videos tonight. That looks like something that maybe will inspire me more in the future. But no, I had not seen his videos before, so that's pretty cool. I'm glad that my stuff made you think of someone who has, what has he got? 294,000 subscribers. That gives me a lot of hope for the future. Yeah, I've had a couple people inspire me for my work. Like Joe Cat, obviously, I loved his. What was it? Shoot. His D&D videos, I think, were great. They really am like, you know what? I think I should start doing my own videos after watching a whole bunch of those. Have you tried to flip the image in the mirror to find mistakes? I do that. I do have it hotkeyed, so we can definitely do that. And you can see, like, I don't like this head piece right here. His body is still a little bit tilted, so I'm probably going to push his whole whole body back a little bit or bring this forward. Something else we can do. But yeah, I did build a hotkey for that, so I can really take a look at it. Very good tip if you are just getting into digital art. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the liquify. I'm not actually sure what this will look like on need his forehead to be a little higher. Just grab his whole face. Yeah, there we go. Bring that shoulder up a little bit. Bring this one down some. I love this tool. It's so nice. Bring his chest forward a little bit. There we go. Okay. Bam. Da-da-da. Little tweaks. Little tweaks. Always helpful. Yeah. Who else inspired me? Andreas says, well, I can tell what the difference is, but it would take a while, so I'm going to post a video on the Discord, and that should explain. Yeah, great. We have the Promote Yourself page, or if you want to post it in the live stream suggestions. That way we can all kind of take a look at it. I think there's still a whole bunch of people talking in. Sounds like Ember has fallen into a D&D addiction, and now we need to define that, because have you gone to the stage where you are buying books, buying dice, living and breathing D&D, or playing in 5 or 6 games a week? It's a whole bunch of different stages of addiction for D&D that I have struggled with, all of them. I do have many dice. I think that's the easiest one to get started on, is just first you buy all the dice, then you start buying all the books. Eventually you start. Oh, crazy HR, that's always a bummer. Gone through a few groups recently. Well, not recently. I guess it's been in the last couple of years I've had a few groups. A handful of them stay together, which is good. Because some of them are my friends and we just can't find time to play. So that's totally understandable, and I don't like. It's not too bad of a thing. Life happens, but it's always a bummer. It's always a bummer to lose a good party, especially if you're having a really good storyline going. It's like never being able to finish a movie that you started. Shad's videos are great. Yeah. another good inspirational guy. I like his fantasy weapons videos and how he talks about like their reality. How could they be real, or how they would really be used. That kind of stuff inspired me to start making videos. There are a lot of YouTube channels out there now that are just telling stories of their exploits, like RuneSmith. I think it's RuneSmith. And I wanted to do that initially because I'm like, oh, that works really well. And so like my polar bear video and my grandma video were both kind of that. And when I was doing those, it really made me think like, you know what, I'm more interested in just the race itself. Maybe I can do artwork for the race. And that's really where the what race should I play videos popped up from. Was kind of trying to start my own story time art videos and just not enjoying it as much as I thought I would. So there might still be a place for that in the future, but for now I think I'm gonna stick to art-based lore videos. I guess it's kind of a way to go with it. Ember, I've been filling in my free time with campaigns. I got the 3 main 5 ebooks, Xanthar's Guide, yeah, it's a good one. I got 4 sets of dice, and I'm constantly looking for characters and campaigns. It sounds like you want to be a DM, and I think that's where you're headed. And in which case, you're not addicted. You're just a normal DM. By the way, did you watch Shed's tabletop videos with his brother? It's been on hiatus for like 4 or 5 years. No, I didn't. His brother's Jazza, right? Drawing with Jazza? Is that who you're talking about? Did they do like a tabletop game video? That would be really cool. I'm gonna have to look that up. I really like his art too. It's very cartoony and I like the style. So a lot of great YouTubers out there right now, which makes me really happy. This should not be as dark as the one behind it. Now I do want to put these lines back in. Bam, 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 bam. Oh, I did that wrong again. Dang it. That should probably be just that. We can clean that up. I'm going to be doing a lot of like little tiny finicky work today because that's really kind of at the stage I'm at, where I'm actually deciding, you know, how thick should a line have been. You know, where's my line art going to stop? And a lot of times people will do this on, this is one of the reasons I don't do it on a single layer. People will just redo the line art, and I kind of like just digging through it, kind of scratching at it and see where it takes me. One link, Crazy, are you on the Discord? If you are, I would absolutely love a link in the video ideas, or I'm sorry, not the video ideas, the live stream suggestions, or videos in reference to general. Also a good place to drop video links. It's actually 3 years, 3 years old. No problem. Yeah, that would be fun to watch. Yeah, let's see what else. If you guys have really cool YouTube inspiration, I would love to hear about who you watch, who your artists are. I'm a big fan of art YouTubers. Watched a lot of Drawfee. I thought Drawfee would be a fun concept to try to pull, but they kind of do their own thing, and I think they are themselves. So I would like to get people on the live stream. That would be kind of fun, but I don't know if. I think their format works really well because they do a lot of post editing, and that might be the need for that kind of channel. That's totally fine too. Go there. This is looking pretty good. I'm pretty stoked about this. I don't think I need this line. I think I can get away with maybe just making some stitches here. And then we'll come back in and color it and make it pop. That needs to be leather, and it's probably going to bunch a little more, so let's do that. Sigh. They invented a new system. How much research goes into your race videos? That is a good question. And for a lot of my race videos, when I started, it was a lot of personal testing. Like, I would talk about the characters I played directly, and then I would kind of look up the books that I have. I have a lot of Pathfinder books, a lot of older D&D books. And when I started reaching into, like, the newest one, the Gripply I'd played before, but the Aarakocra, I've never played an Aarakocra, so that was a lot more where I had to start digging down, and I spent probably 2 or 3 days kind of looking through different books and online and seeing what homebrew was there, just to, like, really get a feel for the character, because I'd never played one before. So I've gone from just off the cuff, my own experience, which I don't think I've ever just sat down and done a video without spending at least maybe 2 or 3 hours of just book reading, or writing a script. Like, here are my topics. Here's the things I want to talk about in this video. Like, what's going to make this video good? And then, yeah, minimum a few hours of that, of planning, kind of like really planning. And then if I'm not sure, I will start looking stuff up. And I've spent, like, this one, the next video that's going to come out hopefully in the next few days. Hopefully, I've tried. I've been digging through the books because it's not what I expected. I've had a lot of misconceptions with this next brace one, so I've probably spent 3 or 4 days, not like whole days, but like I keep coming back to it. I keep revising something. I keep looking. So it varies. It varies a lot, but on average, a few hours, just enough to kind of get the feel for what I want to talk about. Because I do have some experience with a lot of the races that I've done so far. Like Rat Folk, I've had a few Rat Folks in my campaigns, and so I've already looked that up a little bit. Okay. I'm going to do content on how to write stories and campaigns and use my own experiences with D&D so people don't make the same mistakes. That's a really good idea. Kind of a D&D guidebook, I think, is a really cool concept. There's a few people out there that are doing that already, and I like some of them. Some of them I'm subscribed to, and there are some that I'm just like, I just don't agree with their DMing style. So it's totally, yeah, it's good to try to get that, because the more people that have experience and can share, I think the better off people are going to be when they're looking on how to be a better DM. I'd say going through the mistakes and experiences a DM has to go through. Yeah, I've definitely screwed up a few campaigns. Or a few characters that my friends just were like, that was not fun and I didn't like it. And it's like, oh, okay. But it's good to be able to talk to your friends about that. So if you're playing with people that you just don't know at all, try to be as open with them as possible. Be like, hey, you know, I'm new to this. So if you have critique, you know, great. And I think that's the same thing with art. Like, you have to be really open to critique, because you're telling a story. You're presenting an art form. It's just a verbal art form, which I think is pretty cool. One reason I really like it. Not necessarily. A lot of mistakes a new DM can be avoided. Yeah. What race is it? Oh, for the next video, that is a secret. That's a secret. I've thought about, every now and again I'll give my patrons some hints and some some sketches and stuff, but yeah, I like keeping it a secret. Sometimes if you check out my Instagram, you can kind of glean what I've been drawing lately, but you never know. Sometimes I don't even know. The last, like, the Aarakocra video, I actually wanted to do something completely different, and then halfway through the video I was just like, I hate this, and I switched. I just started drawing Aarakocra, and I'm like, I guess I gotta write a new script now. So I'll eventually go back to the other one, but for right now, that's the one that came out of that. I don't always do one or the other. Sometimes I do the art first. Sometimes I write a script first. Sometimes I just have conversations with people, and it's like, yeah, you know, we could do a video about that. That's how the Gripply one was. I was convinced one of my friends to play a Gripply, and I was like, oh, you know, I haven't drawn that in forever. I really want to do that. And so since I'd already done all the legwork for having them build the character and discussing where they were coming from, it was really easy to just kind of write down, like, these are the things I'm going to talk about, these are the things I want to look up, and I will start doing the art. I just sat down and started doing the art one day for it, and it was done. So I'm pretty free-spirited when it comes to really, like, choosing how to do things like that. Okay, so this hair is supposed to be messy. I think the head already looks a little better, but I think it's a little lopsided, just because of the way the hair, you guys can't see my hands, I'm gesticulating. The way the hair is kind of doing this makes the whole body kind of, because we have this and we have this curve, and then we got this. So I think I want to pull that back, and I might actually have it come the other direction. I might make it a little shorter too. I like it's kind of short on the sides, which is fine. We can actually pull that back a little bit. Yeah, that looks good. It's good. Need to find a good haircut. I'm gonna do like a really loose shape. That's not bad. So they want just kind of a messy haircut. I don't know if that's any better. This might be something I have to play with for a little while. That's kind of interesting. I'm getting some interesting lines there. Why would you put yourself through that? My biggest mistake was a 20-player group. Don't do a 20-player group. That's a whole YouTube video right there. Don't let 20 people be in your group. I did. Maybe you should try making him balding. Just kidding. Just no hair up front. I did a campaign a little while ago, which was, it started with three of my friends. So it was Captain Jump Rope and a few other people that we were playing with, and at one point, one of them kind of went evil and broke off from the party. And I'm like, you know what? That's totally fine. You guys don't agree with this, and there was a schism, and somebody died, and it became two separate parties. One party started trying to save this city, and the other was like falling into the underbelly of the city and resurrected the dead party member, and just general necromancy stuff. And then those parties added people to them, so all of a sudden I had a party of 3 and a party of 4, and then I had my own characters. I had NPCs for each of the parties because they had broken off into these small parties. And so at one point in time, each of them had collected some NPCs, and then we had to do like we all came together for a big group meeting, and all of a sudden there were 7 people playing, and I had 4 NPCs, and I was just like, I don't know what I'm doing anymore. Everything's gone off the rails, and it was a lot of fun. It was really cool bringing their storylines back together for that little bit. So there's definitely ways around that. Okay, so this is an elf. It's a half elf, I guess. So maybe we should do like, I don't know. So there's a hairline. There's the hairline. We're gonna do that. I think that's pretty solid. It's a good solid hairline. This cheekbone should be a little more curved, and this line is too thick. So we're gonna try to edit that a little bit. It was a good group. It was just a hell on earth. Yeah, having lots of people at the same time is very taxing, but it can be a lot of fun. So definitely maybe 20 is too many. Maybe 20 is too many. I think you can definitively say that. Really, I think for me, 4 is a really good number. 3 or 4. But you can do more than that. You can definitely do more than that. I'm also a big fan of kind of casual campaigns. So if you have 2 or 3 people playing, it's a lot easier to get the group going. And if someone has to duck out, it's like, oh, okay, that's fine. It's only 2 or 3 people. We can probably, reschedule a lot more easier than trying to get 5 people to play. 5 people to play. Okay, let's do one of these. Get a big pompadour going. We're done. All right, great job. Great job, everybody. Let's get rid of these lines before I forget why they're there. I actually kind of like that pompadour. I think we're going to do that. We're not going to have a part, but I think we're going to have the hair kind of just chunking through here. Yeah, that's pretty good. Blink and you missed it. I looked away for a second, and now the elf is bald. Well, I'll put the hair back. It'll be fine. Everything's good. Hair is my bane. That's not true. Feet are my bane. I struggle with feet the most. Hair is an easy second for me. Spent a lot of time not drawing hair. Spent a lot of time drawing helmets and robots. Hair is definitely on my practice more page. I think that's pretty good. I'm happy with that. That's from the movie Fifth Element. Wait, what's from Fifth Element? I love that movie. What are we talking about? Blink and you'll miss it? That could be. Life not important. Only survival. Super great movie. Oh, the giant pompadour? The ruby rod pompadour? I think that's what you're talking about. That is from Fifth Element. Yeah, absolutely. It's a great movie. Screw it. I'm gonna draw at least something while I'm listening to this. Yes, yes, that's how we want this to go. If you don't know what to draw, you know, that's totally fine. Just doodle, practice. Something I think a lot of people don't understand is, like I said, it's learning how to practice correctly is difficult, and getting in the habit of drawing is part of the battle. A lot of people say, "Oh, I don't have the motivation to draw. I don't know what to draw. I just sit down and I can't think of anything." If you sit down and you can't think of anything to draw, just start drawing circles. Like, the ability to draw a good circle is hard. Like, it's very hard. And so if you just keep practicing and practicing, and like, the goal here is to just connect these circles without overlapping. I'm gonna try to fill that up and fill that up and fill that up. Like, just do a whole page of that, and that's great practice because it gets your hand in the form, or gets you in the idea of drawing. And if you start seeing your circles like this, or they start doing this, you're probably drawing with your wrist a little too much. And that's how you figure that stuff out. It really is just learning how to practice. So, yeah. Anthony Jones out there has a bunch of videos on that kind of stuff. Mr. Robot Pencil, super great. Check him out. Hashtag not sponsored. Oh, that'd be interesting if he'd sponsor me. That'd be great. He has a whole school that he goes through that I'm not done. I've not done his schooling because it is a little expensive for me. Probably not as expensive as some other colleges, but since I'm already in college, or already out of college, I don't need to spend more money on it. So, Andreas, maybe splitting the group up would have helped, and having the group mingle depending on events. Yep, that's definitely a way to do it. Yeah, the hairstyle, great, right? Chris Tucker is pretty great. Corbin Dallas. Ah, man, I'm gonna have to go watch that now. I don't have time to watch a movie. Tricked me into nostalgia. Do that, put that line, fill that back in. Okay, so we have a necklace that needs to be drawn, because I have not drawn it yet. I don't actually know what it's supposed to be. I'm gonna have to look that up. That might be something I do later for the client, instead of trying to fiddle around with that on air. Yeah, let's just put a smiley face necklace right now. Hey, all right. We'll fill that in. Leather pants done. I think we're there. I think we're about ready to rock. I think we're gonna clean up some of these lines, and then really just rock and roll. Ooh, we got some stuff in the Discord. Let's take a look. What do we got going on here? Not a tavern. Yeah, the Shadowversity video. That's great. That's a good video. Tabletop time. Perfect. That's super cool. I'm going to check those out a little bit later. 10-minute sketch of looks like a demon of some kind. That's pretty great. I like it. Oh, Strogio. Strigoi? I don't know that word. I'll have to figure out that word. The Discord is looking great. You guys are doing good. There's a lot of weird cult talk. Well, whatever. I'm not affiliated with the cults. Don't feel obligated to join cults. If you are on the Discord, please feel free to share your artwork and D&D characters. Don't let people push you around. That's all I'm going to say. We are still building the Discord, which is kind of cool. That's something I'm new to. I'm new to figuring out how to manage that. So I've been talking with a lot of my moderators. I'm probably going to get some more moderators fairly soon. But guys are doing pretty good. All you wonderful people. Don't let people push you around. Okie dokie. We need a cult chat. Yeah, nah, that's up on you guys. I'm not gonna make a Rookzer0 cult chat. That just seems weird. I'm gonna draw a line in the sand right there for my own sanity. Is the artwork allowed if it's not D&D? Crazy H.R. Jones? Yes, it is. Johns. H.R. Jones, I think. It is absolutely. You can post any kind of artwork you like in the Art Share, Art Critique, or Art in Process. The Daily Doodle is... I wanted it to be a place where you just kind of dropped whatever your daily sketches are, but I think any of those are fine for your artwork. Yeah. If it's non-safe for work, there's a not safe for work channel. And if you're not sure, probably post it there, just because that's age-gated. So that will protect hopefully protect people from unwanted, unsolicited weirdness. But yeah, like I said, new to all this. So if you have suggestions or comments, please feel free to share them with me, and I will take them into account. Oh no, the Squeeb Guild has invaded the live stream. Nice! Squeeb member. That does count as good circle practice. Squeeb member. That does indeed. I said that thinking about it, and you guys didn't give me a brochure. Oh, you guys don't have the brochure yet, so yeah, I can see why people wouldn't be interested in the Squeeb Guild, because yeah. No brochure. That's lazy. I need to make a brochure now, don't I? Just for saying that for my own stuff. Stickers went out. That was fun. Actually, I'm pretty happy with those stickers. I'm going to have to order some more, and I can figure out a way to give those away. Need to have stickers going all over the country. Slap them on everybody's water bottles. Freaking shoes. I hate drawing shoes. Yeah, circle practice, line practice, all really good ways to improve your art. And then my whole stance on trying to like find motivation is really don't try to find motivation, but just get really disciplined. Because if your daily routine has art in it, there are going to be times when you're like, okay, I got to spend an hour later, and you will start thinking about it throughout the day. What do I want to draw tonight? And then you start getting some really cool ideas. Okay, I think we've got a good bit of things right now. So we've got a wrap here that's going across the hand. The only thing I'm missing is a rapier. I'm supposed to have a rapier on this hip. What should we do for the rapier? There's so many good rapiers. By the way, Rookzer0, how do you draw chainmail? Chainmail's fun. I can show you a quick chainmail tutorial. Noted that they asked me if I would join. I asked if they had dental health care, and I'm not sure they told me the truth or not, but they never gave me a brochure. Yeah, you gotta check out. Those brochures are really like, that's how you see the legitimacy. It's like, wait, what kind of paper did you print this on? What is this? This isn't even cardstock. I don't trust you guys. Chainmail. Do a quick chainmail aside. There's a few different ways to do it, and what I do is basically chainmail is going to be linked up like this through the ring. So if you're painting it, you can really get away with just dark colors, and then just erase your lights or highlights in there. Put your highlights in there, and so you can go through and draw a whole bunch of chainmail like this if you want. But it's tedious. So the other way to go around doing it is, and this is what they do for a lot of, let's say we have just a shirt, like just a sleeve. We'll put a sleeve here. you can start it out like scale mail and then just weave it. So put a loop over it, loop, loop, and then that becomes the next layer. Yeah, hold on a second. There we go. So your chainmail can actually be more scale mail-ish. Oh man, it's been a while since I've done this. And then hoop, and then hoop, and then hoop, and then hoop. But yeah, it's basically going to be a lot of scale-looking lines, and then just deciding how you want to incorporate that. So, versus full scale mail, so it's like really tightly clustered. You see all these lines kind of crossing through. That's really the trick. Just going in and painting out the highlight layers here. Boop, boop, boop. Versus the scale mail, which is just going to be very right next to each other, and then not transcended or not going through. So scale right here, and then chainmail is here. So ovals, I guess. And then this is going to be the front one again. And then really what you can do is you can kind of take away, don't really have to draw all of that. You can really get away with doing just like wherever the shiny part is. It's like if you have a highlight going down, and then the rest can just be really tight knit hooks. And then you just highlight out those bright spots, and then leave the rest of it looped. But you can see how with scale mail, especially with if you have like dragon scale mail, it's going to be very peaked and it's never going to overlap at all. But with chainmail, you really want it to be almost tilted. So you can get away with doing something like this, and it'd be believable, and then you just have to either fill in those little extra parts or don't. I mean, sometimes you don't even need that. But yeah, that's how I do it. And then I just put a really dark background behind it because there's not a lot of color that you're going to see through it. I hope that helps. Let's see where we are. By the way, how do you draw shape? Okay, I joined and asked, and oh yeah, we're talking about brochures. I made a brush for it because it took so long to draw. Andreas, that is a great tip. If you can get a brush that can just stamp it in as a pattern or just have a pattern ready, that's a great way to do it. If you want to get into textures, you can find textures if you know how to do texture painting. That's another way to do it too. I don't do a lot of chainmail because of that, and if I do, I usually I'm a big fan of like old school Captain America style. Just like a few. Just draw a few chains and then color it in. So I'm really lazy with chainmail, but those are the 2 or 3 ways that I do it. I guess the 2 ways I do it, and then I drew scale mail. So that's the real answer. How do you draw chainmail? You don't. You draw scale mail, or you draw plate, and then you you call it a day. Let's see. So we're gonna put some more color in here, a little more poof on that shirt. I still need to draw a rapier. Poop. Poop, poop, poop. Yeah, scale is really fun. I really like scale mail. You can add a lot of really cool detail, especially like choosing the type of scale you want to use. I think it looks a lot better. Looks a lot cleaner. Rapier. Line. Yep. Another line. A handle. I don't know if I want to do the full, like, this thing. I think that might be what people want when they think of rapiers, because I think of, like, theatrical baskets, the basket handles. But I really like the really thin swords with just like the really simple cross guards. And I might do that. I might do both. I'm not sure. Just let them pick. That should probably be a... I could still put a hook on it. That could be interesting. Could still do like a... I don't want it to be a total hook. But put like a... Yeah. Maybe the handle's even a little curved. Fencing foils get real weird. Like, now Olympic foils look like pistol grips. Just strange to me to think. I don't know if they'd have fantasy pistol grips, but... Who knows? Who knows? No, that's too fat. I don't like that. We're gonna go back. Yeah. Except that's really more for a straight bladed or a one-sided sword like a falchion or a cutlass. Maybe not. Maybe that's okay. Should we do more bulbous? I think maybe I should get some Inspiranzo. Yeah, let's look up some rapiers. Gun sword. Ooh, those look so good. Ah, those look great. I love it. Okay. So we're not going to go full basket, but we are going to give it a hand guard. And there's actually some really cool ideas here. So we do want more bulbous though, because this is supposed to be a multi-hand sword, I believe. I could be wrong. I'm going to do one of these. So once again, this is the thing about inspiration and reference. I have like 20 pictures of rapiers in front of me right now. And I'm not picking one specifically. I'm just kind of like glancing over at them and seeing where my mind goes. Let it wander a little bit. Rapier on the left looks like it's going to do some crusade. Oh, wow. You get a little with the cross guard, actual cross guard. Yeah, I think I'm gonna shift that to something that's gonna be a little more like this. We're gonna give it a little bit of a hand guard here. And we'll give it a little bit of a basket, but not a big one. Just a little bit of a curl. Maybe like that. A little bit of a hand guard. That might have gone a little too sci-fi. We'll bring that back a little bit. Squimber, nice. I like that. A whole page of circles. That's how I started. When I started doing my daily sketch diary, every week or so, I'd have to just like, I don't know what to do, and I'd just fill a whole page with circles or a whole page with lines. That's great practice. Really, really good practice. Just keep trying to focus on making them as circular as you can. It's always, I think that's the story. How Leonardo da Vinci proved he was a good artist when someone asked. Just drew a perfect circle. It's like, yeah, that's pretty tough. Lots of practice, lots of practice. Use that as a wall texture. Yeah, there you go. Drawn stones. That being said, I also am a big fan of rulers. If you can buy like these the circle sets. Those are great to help your art look better if you need a circle, but still doing the practice is super important. Just getting your hand used to drawing, getting the feel of that weight of the pencil in your hand, and so on and so forth. I'm digging this. I'm really digging this. I'll just put that like right here. Now the question is, how do I put this on his belt without it just like not existing anymore? That's probably going to come around that way. I think that's pretty good. Pretty good, pretty good. Nice. Jerima. That's a cool sketch. It's like a Minotaur dragon. I think I might use some of the cobblestone someday. Yeah, absolutely. So what you're doing right there is building a visual library in your head. You did something, you drew something. It doesn't have to be a huge finished piece. You worked on something and you've now like, oh yeah, that looks like cobblestone. I know how to do that now. And that's great. That's exactly how practicing art should work. You're just building a library slowly over time. That's why it's not so much important that you draw something full and amazing every time you draw, but you keep practicing. It takes lots of practice because there is a lot of content, lots of things, lots of different things you need to add to your library. That's why reading comic books and watching movies is so important too, because you need to be putting things in your library. You don't always want to just like, hey, that movie was cool. I'm going to draw that movie. You can absolutely do that, but, draw what you like from that movie. And let that influence your art instead of just directly being hey, I drew fan art. There's nothing wrong with fan art. I love drawing fan art, but letting something influence your art is pretty great. You know what I did? I didn't put this on its own layer. So we're going to have a hard time with that in a minute. I'm going to have to cut it. I'm going to have to cut it out. I don't think I need to make this too much more detailed because I think it's going to not exist in a minute. Control X, Control Shift V. Hadip. Hadip, hadip. Is that huge? That's like a huge sword. Let's put that down so it fits his hand, right? That's pretty good. Okay, that's about the right size I want. And that should just fit into there. Right about there, I think. If I tilt it a little more, the sword will come out over here. Okay, we're getting somewhere and it's getting fun. More chat. Ain't got a clue what I sketched. Hey, that's all right. Oh no, I've heard the word crossguard too many times today. And feel Andrea's story time coming up. What possible shenaniganry could we get up from crossguard? Or are we talking about like amp guard or color guard? Doesn't that look good? Is that a good placement for it? It's kind of cutting across the arm. It's got its own stuff. Let's put it back here and just give it super long distance lines. How long should this be? That looks about right. Oh, this is before I shrunk it though. Ew. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Looking all right. Okay. And we're going to take that. We're going to move it over here. Would that cross behind him? I don't think it would. I think it would actually... I think it would probably just fall straight down like that. Down the leg. So that might not be too shabby. Put it right there on the back. Okay. So now what we want to do... Because I want to test this before I really make sure I place it. So I'm going to paint... I'm going to paint out everything behind it. And if that looks good, then I'll go in and I'll erase that layer line work. Because, hey, it could be terrible. It could be real bad. That's not bad. Actually, I'm okay with that. Let's grab both of these and just see what happens if I move it around some. Could also put it on his back. No one has a rapier on their back. That's silly. But do I want it like that? Or do I want it out? That's actually pretty good. I think that right there is not bad. Kind of comes out from... And that would not be visible behind the leg. That might actually be pretty good. We could do that. Let's take a look. Does that look too busy? Alternatively, we could bring it up and have it just go like that. No, I think it would. We could have it come out like that. That's not too bad. .104 centimeters, 41 inches. Okay, so we're looking at just over 3 feet. This character is 6 feet tall. It should be about half, a little longer than half his height. Well, let's take a look at that. Right now, this is like, that's way too big. So we're looking at something like that. Should be the rapier. Does that still fit his hand? Yeah, that would. Except the crossguard is a little too small now. So what we're gonna do is we're going to scale it up. I think right about there is good. And we're going to clip it. 2 layers selected. I don't want 2 layers, I want 1 layer selected. There we go. There we go. Go about right there. Go ahead and give this some, whoops. Give this some definition here. There we go. And I think what we need to do is actually grab this and make this a little wider. I think it's too... Oh, lordy. I think this needs to be almost rounded. Does that make sense? So this should really be like out here. Let's just do another line. Put some little filigrees in there. I think that looks pretty sweet. Pretty good. Okay. So now we can delete that. We can bring this. What? What is on that layer? Is that the other sword? Yeah, okay, that's fine. We don't need that. We don't need that no more. Bring this over here. Yes, we're not going to see the other end of this rapier, so that's fine. So let's go ahead and put it right about there. Do we want to just hide it behind the... So the bag needs to be on top of it. But then that... Oh, man, that would be like sticking through there. So maybe that's not a good way to do it. Maybe we should have it against the leg. Oh boy. Let's do this. I'm going to copy this, so I have a copy of it. Turn that off. Backup sword. And then we're just going to go to town and chop this up. So I don't think it would be like that. It's a conundrum. It's a conundrum. It shouldn't be crossing. It should actually be kind of like forward. Because basically it's pressed against his hip. Maybe if we flip it? Maybe it just needs to be the other way. That actually looks kind of cool. Okay. Okay, I'm on board. I'm on board. So if we just delete all this, because we don't need it. And now we'll do another test layer. We put some white in here. I'm getting distracted. How's everything going? Maybe put the rapier on the other side of his body. There's less going on over there. There is, but then it would be the wrong hand. And that's kind of... This is where the character prompt kind of fights the design. Because they wanted the bag on the same side as the sword. Which I kind of get. I kind of get that. Because they're just carrying everything heavy on that left side, and then the right side is open to grab and go. But that's not too bad. It's not fantastic, but it's there. I think maybe we're just not going to have the rapier for the moment. I will talk to... I mean, it's not terrible. It's not bad. But it definitely is a lot going on over there. Now it's on the rocks. How are we doing with times? Oh, it's 4:20 already. Wow, nice job, guys. Nice job, everybody. I need to work on my pronouns. I'm bad about that. The ones I once played a knight but my intelligence was so low that I ran aground using my great sword as a hammer, hitting people on the head with a crossguard. Later, the crossguard fell off, so I just started throwing it instead. By the end, that's the end of it. That's a pretty good story, though. I like challenging people with their own weaponry or their own choices. Like one of my friends that we were playing with the other day, I let him be a large size character, and then he got a glaive, and he's like, I have 15 feet of reach, and I was like, yeah, you do, and that's fine. But because of that, I made sure that he came up against people that were either they knew how to deal with that, as in not like a hard counter, but more that they also had reach, or they had lots of rangers. And so I had to challenge that. And after a while, I started having him fight people that could sunder weapons. And so it was like, well, you could use your reach weapon, but they're going to try to break it. And so it's a fun way to not just to counter their meta, but challenge it and like, you know, okay, you can do these things, but like, what are the drawbacks? What are the challenges that those are going to bring up? So I had a lot of fun doing that. And then eventually I did break his weapon, and he's like, I need a backup weapon. It's like, yeah, you do. Get that going. Figure that out. I'm actually liking that more and more now that it's there. So I think we're gonna adjust it a little bit. Maybe we'll bring it up a little higher. Actually, that might not be a bad idea. Putting it like kind of very far back. So that it's just kind of behind his hip, and we can get that going there. I think that looks a lot better. I'll probably do something with that pommel though to make it look a little more interesting than just around. That's a power move. It is, yeah. Throwing the crossguard at someone sounds like a blast. You broke my hammer? Hammer's still good. Hammer break everybody. Okay, so I'm gonna bring that down, and I'm gonna make another copy of this just in case. Beep. Just in case I mess something up real bad. I'm gonna clean this up. Fill in some lines. And I might exaggerate this out a little more because I have this bending in. I think I'm going to have this curve up. So let's do that. Let's start with that. So let's go back to the sword. And let's edit this crossguard so it's a little more dynamic for the picture. Fits a little better. So we're going to come out this way. I'm gonna have that go all the way out there. And that's how art works. We draw so we know what everything looks like, and then we just get rid of it. We just erase it. No one, no one who wasn't in the chat will ever know, and it's great. Okay. So we're gonna just cut that out completely. That's pretty cool. I actually like that. I think that looks really good. And then this, we can actually make this something interesting. Go back to my original idea of having this kind of be a straight blade, and then let the, maybe they just hook. Don't quite touch, but close. Like the line is inferred. I like that. I like that idea. And then I do want to have another loop though. Like, how do I want to do that? That could be interesting. Could do that. Have it come all the way back around. Ooh, that is looking pretty. I like it. Okay. And I've made it a basket, but whatever. That's fine. So we're going to merge that down, and we're going to start erasing stuff and cleaning it all up. Cleaning it all up. Make sure I get this belt in here. I like the idea that there's some like counter loops. Counter loops? Is that a thing? A little bit of extra. A little bit of extra space there. How is everybody's art going this week? Sounds like we got some new artists joining us, which is great. Sai, how's your project going? That was a big... Still drawing books? I played an Eldritch Knight, a Warforged, that has a bad dexterity. So the rest of my party tries to sneak, and I always ruin it. I think that's pretty classic. That's pretty classic paladin move. I don't need to be quiet. My faith protects me. Shh, quiet. You're ruining it. You're ruining it. That's a power move right there, if there ever was one. Just... just being loud whenever you want. That's the Paladin special, exactly. Okay, I really, really like this. I just want this curve to be real good. Yeah, there we go. I almost want this to be like lattice work. We can do that. Can have it. I did it just end up making a basket. I don't know why I fought it so hard. I want it to be unique and special. Just add a belt. Just add more belts. Always add more belts. Okay, so this is gonna go here, and I think we're gonna do like a yeah, we'll do a double wrap. That's not quite right. Oh, maybe we can get that to go. So what I want then is I want this. I want to go boop, 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 boop. Hells yeah. Okay. That's looking good. And what I'll probably do is whatever I put here on the necklace, I'll also attach to the rapier. Yeah. Put a little emblem on there. Maybe it'll just be an orb. I'm not sure. We'll play with it. We'll see what happens. But hey, we're going places. I'm pretty happy with where this has gone. Ooh, that's a bad line. I want that to be straight. Probably don't want that either. I do want this line though. So that's the strap. I think that's it. I think we did it. I think we made it through. Oh, what's up with this face now? No, that looks okay. If I lean back and my stuff is tilted, it looks funny. Maybe I'll fiddle with that. It's a big flex. What are we doing? Oh, the Paladin flex? Yeah. Andreas, good to hear you're doing all right. Oh, where are we? What time is it? 4:30? I'm going to stay. I'm going to hang around today. We're going to do a little bit of a long episode. I'm going to start this up and maybe get the rest of this cleaned up, and then we will color. We will color, and it'll be good, and maybe we'll start a new one tomorrow. If I get this finished, I need to get the next video out. Oh, it's going to be good. I hope it's going to be good. It could be terrible. It's the risk I'm always taking sharing my content. It could be absolutely terrible. They're not all winners. I'll do my best. I will definitely do my best. Clean that up. Got a heel, got a big boot. Got a scar. I need to check out this necklace. I think that's the only thing we're missing right now is the necklace. Let's go ahead and look that up real quick. Oh no, the bag was supposed to go across his chest. Well, dang it. That would have made a lot more sense. Is that something we should change? I mean, that was part of the brief. I did donk that up. So I think the bag would have to be like over here, which maybe that would also make the sword look better too. See how quickly we can fix this. Fix my errors. That is not too bad. But then what's his hand doing? Oh boy. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Oof. Yeah, oof indeed. Oof, indeed. Actually, that doesn't look too bad though. I'm kind of okay with this. I can definitely just redo the bag. That's not a problem. You know what? I got a copy already. Let's make another copy. Turn that off, and just start going to town, I guess. Just start cleaning it up. Cleaning it up. It's always good to read your briefs before you before you do art. Always a good idea. Which I did read it, but apparently I've been doing this for too many days and I didn't remember correctly. That's okay. Art is art. It's most definitely me. Why is when I always draw stuff in the weirdest alien-esque demon stuff? You have that problem too? Yeah, I think I do that as well because it's fun. Like drawing the weird and the grotesque and the unnatural is it's interesting. I think a lot of people can fall into that. It's also something about, I think there's something cathartic about just drawing things that don't exist in nature. Like you're not trying to replicate something, you're just kind of freeform. It's kind of like splatter paint. Like I really love just making something nice about making a mess. And when you can do that with a character, you know, great. Okay, so this line needs to go away. That line needs to go away. Got two hands and then a third finger here. We can put that wrap over here. Finish that up. Clean that up right there. I think we're gonna leave another bag over here though. Well, he's got the sword, so maybe we don't need that. Woo! Just threw my pen for no reason. That was weird. Don't do it. Don't draw that line. That's a bad line. Get this pen out of my face. Oh boy. Okay, and then the cloak will come down here, and everything is hunky dory. We actually cleaned that up pretty quick. Pretty okay with that. I still have this. I need to get rid of this line because that doesn't exist anymore. That's a false bag strap. Is what that is right there. Need to clean all this up. This wrist. I like the wrist motion, but it's a little harsh. A little bit harsh. Get out of here, lines, layers. We don't need you. Actually, I do need the list. Shoot. Yeet pen Mark V. Yep, that's one of my feats. The ability to throw pens really quickly. Throw anything is probably one of my favorite 3.5 Pathfinder feats. I've made so many characters with throw anything. I would like to throw the goblin. Okay. I'd like to throw my party member? That's fine. Can't imagine how my DM used to see my characters. It's always pushing something weird on them. But I thank them for that. It's good to let your characters be creative. But not at the expense of the story, so gotta rein them in sometimes. I'm gonna put this over here. I think I have another curl right there. What am I looking at right here? This actually needs to be a little lighter. It just doesn't look quite right being a line across. So we'll make that a little thicker. And then we'll just kind of bring this back in here. I think color will definitely help that, but if it doesn't read well without color, then there's something fundamentally wrong with it. So I think it needs to be a little thicker. That definitely reads better. Make this bag kind of floppy. Put some sweet buttons on it. Give it some kind of design here. That actually fixed a lot of our problems. pretty okay with all of this then. So, happy little accidents, I guess. So we do have the bag. Let's bring the bag down. Don't need that anymore. 10D. Whoa. What did I miss? Oh, yeah. Yeeting the pen. 10d6 bludgeoning or piercing damage, depending on how you threw it. High damage is fun. No, now I want to tell the goblin story, but only one per live stream, else I'm going to run out. That's fair, Andreas. You got to save those. You got to save those up. We got a whole week of shows to do. 90 magic missiles. Bug, how did you not kill somebody by shooting that many magic missiles at a Trask? Like, I feel like that should have just killed one of your party members, if not yourself. Did it just kill NPCs? Like, what's the deal there? I want to hear the whole story. I want to hear how that shook down. Okay, so this is going pretty great here. We have the buckle, the clasp, the link right there. I wonder if I've got stories from D&D. You would be the only one who would know, unless you have party members. Unless they want to share it. If you got good ones to share, absolutely. There's a D&D recap in the Discord if you want to share it with us there. This should not be like that. This should actually be underneath this, which is totally fine. This should be a larger strap. I think we're gonna put another buckle right here. Do. Do one of these. Give this a little bit of extra thick leather there because it's holding that up. I keep doing that. I keep adding more line pressure there, and I don't want it to. I want it to be very thin. I need to thin it out from the outside is the problem. Which means we're going to have to redraw a lot of these lines, but that's okay. That's okay. We can re-establish some of our line art here. Like this can actually come out a little bit because it's behind it. Now I'm going to get my pen real small, and I'm going to sharpen that up. All right, what do we got? I had 340 HP, and it only reflected a sixth of the damage. Okay. Okay, I can see how I could survive that then. But still, that's a lot. Did you still roll the damage, or did you use like an app online to figure that out? Crazy HR. I mean, there was that time when I got sliced to 10 different pieces by royal guards because I tried to dropkick the door, rolling in that one, and broke my foot. That sounds pretty bad. Barbarians kicking doors, also very good. I also once charged a room full of ghouls with a rogue by kicking down the door and carrying it like a shield, and then slamming it down on a ghoul. That sounds pretty fun. Welcome, Meg. Are you asking what I'm drawing? I'm finishing up this half-elf commission. And I discovered that I had put the satchel on the wrong side of the body, so we had to do some major overhauling. But hey, we're here. So I think we're pretty close. What time is it? 4:44. We got a little time left. Keep on keeping on. This back strap should be quite a bit thinner lined because it is farther away. And I don't care to see it. Just like these. These lines should be pretty thin because they are pretty far back, relatively speaking, to everything else. Also shade this out a little bit because there's just not going to be a lot of color there anyways. How far back it is. And then this should really be perpendicular to the bag. Like that. Like that. Let's kick down another door, ran into a room filled with bugbears and other enemies, and used it as a shield until I reached the corner, fortified, and let the druid use his tidal wave to flood it all. Then my half-orc exploded. Man, half-orcs exploding. That sounds like an interesting story. I used an app to roll the magic missile. Yeah, I was going to say, that's a lot of magic missiles. That would be a lot of fun. I once had a whole bunch of explosives go off and destroyed one of my friends. And I needed to roll like 35 d6. And I was just like, I don't know. I gotta look this up on Google. I can't roll that many d6. Okay, so the bag should come out here. We definitely want something, I think a little, yeah, give it some depth. Not some depth, but give it some volume. Make it look like the leather is really kind of wrapping around. Maybe we'll even give it like a clasp. Little leather strap right here that's just kind of dangly. Little leather dangle. Put another one over here. And really just clean this up. That's all we're doing. It's just cleaning it up, cleaning it up. Every time, all day, every day. Clean, clean, clean. I don't know what, I think this was part of the bag sketch and I don't want it anymore, so I'm gonna just slowly erase it. Slowly get that out of there. Whoop, whoop. We just need to put back the lines for the cloak. Make sure that this stitch line kind of goes down. We'll do one of these. The bag has some more proportionality to it. I'm gonna put some leather strapping just like right down the middle. I think that looks pretty good. Well, we're getting somewhere. Getting somewhere with this. I think that should be like that. I think that should probably be more rounded. That's pretty good. I really like this, but I don't think it's right. I think this is wrong. So I'm gonna grab this whole thing. And it's probably gonna be easier for me just to redraw it. Let's see if that fixed it. Not quite. We're close. So I want this to come like that, and I'm going to do this. And then we're going to go like that. And then the next one's going to be over here. Hip, hip, hip. That looks much better. I think that's more on point. Clean this up a little bit. Clean this up a little bit. I want this to be like an edge trimmed part. Sorry, I'm getting distracted by the. I think we're reaching the end of my my limit because I'm losing sight of the chat log here. Getting too involved in the artwork. Sadly, I haven't played one yet, but I have one on my next character. Kobolds are very fun. Yeah. But cursed axe and started destroying the party. Because the cure? What? Old cursed axe. Good old cursed axe. It is D&D. D&D always requires more buckles. I'm glad that we're slowly teaching everybody that. More buckles. More buckles. My younger self will be very happy. Okay. I think that's probably a good place to call it a day. Thanks for hanging out, everyone. Glad we got the whole bag sword situation figured out. Looks like we got some people adding things to some folk adding things to the Discord, which is great. Glad that's building. Everyone's just trying to join the cult right as they jump in. It's weirding me out. That's all right. Just be cool, guys. Be cool people. Be cool folks. Be nice to each other. Don't let the what do they call it? Cult of the squee. Don't let it make you. I don't know what the hell I'm saying anymore. No, I'm just going on. Thanks everybody for hanging out. Hang out in the Discord. We'll be around tomorrow. I might finish this up tonight if I have time myself. If not, we'll color it tomorrow. Thanks again for watching. Keep your dice on the table, and remember to make those pamphlets. Make those pamphlets good. Got to be good paper quality, or yeah. Either way, we'll see everybody later.